Alrighty, folks, we are back in action on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon here in central Massachusetts, okay? Like I keep wanting to mention, I am an hour west of Boston, the greatest city in the world, okay? And what is not only the capital of Massachusetts, but what I personally think should be the capital of the United States of America. But hey, it's okay. Washington, D.C., we'll give that little bit of a credit to them, but as long as we're the sports capital of the country and the world, then I'm cool. We're chilling. I am perfectly fine. So we are gonna continue, okay? Continue the little I wouldn't really call it debate, but the little conversation I was having with y'all earlier today about the big question of who made the Patriots dynasty what it is today. Was it Belichick? So I talked about Belichick this morning. Right now I'll talk about Tom Brady. Okay, and then in the next video too, I'll be like, hey, was it both? And who knows? Maybe we'll throw in my boy Bob Kraft in there. Okay, we'll see. Because obviously he was a pretty influential role in like making sure all the pieces were put together and everything worked the way it should have. Apparently the title of CEO is somewhat important in all this, so we can toss him in there too. Something a little extra something for me to talk about. A little bit of the icing on the cake, because I'm a cake guy. I love cake. I definitely have a sweet tooth, so we're good. We're chilling. So Tommy boy, Tommy. Oh boy, where to begin with him? Well, one thing I can say about Tommy is right now he's getting lost in Tampa Bay. Okay, he still doesn't know where the hell he is. Okay, one day he's in the park playing football even though he shouldn't be, and the next day he's at the wrong guy's house. So he's obviously thriving. Okay, he's doing freaking amazing. So it was really interesting to hear the story of Tom Brady, especially for me because he's one of those types of guys that was. And especially for the NFL, he was really an underdog, okay? And I love underdog stories. I feel like my story that I have is a true underdog story, so I can definitely relate to Tom Brady a heck of a lot, okay? My guy Tom is, I gotta say, he is a class act, okay? Especially nowadays, with so many things going on with NFL players, and especially sports players, too, in general. I feel like with that whole realm of sports, I feel like the players, there's a lot of bad vibes going around with them, and there are some bad vibes, some of the players, but even if there's a good player out there, I just feel like they necessarily don't get a lot of credit for all the great things that they do, right, on and off the field. Whether it's off the field with the community service that they do, or with their families or whatever. And on the field too, with the amount of talent they bring, with the amount of help that they, provide to the team, right? So I just feel like Tom Brady's one of those guys, like class acts on and off the field. Did a lot for the Patriots. Okay, like obviously a lot, and then he did a lot of stuff off the field too. Okay, he's a fantastic human being. Obviously a big family guy. He loves his family, loves his wife, loves his kids, right? Oh wait, hold on. One thing I've got to mention before I keep going about Tom Brady was that, just recently they had the big golf tournament with Phil Mickelson, Tommy Boy, Peyton Manning, and Tiger Woods. And I heard on the news that, Tom Brady, on one of the holes, shot a hole in one, and then when he went down to pick up his ball, he went down to pick up his golf ball, and then split his pants, and then they made a terrible joke. Okay, I'm like the king of dad jokes. Okay, but really, you have to make a joke about keeping his pants or shorts keeping 6 feet between each other. Like, really, it's kind of a bad dad joke. I think. Okay. The joke should have been like, oh, his shorts wanted to split up with each other or something. I mean, come on, like really, 6 feet apart. Who the heck came up with that crap? But Tom Brady started off. I'm pretty sure it was the University of Michigan. Okay, great quarterback, great numbers. Led the team to some success. And then once he made a his NFL debut, and in the draft, the combine, and all that. Well, yeah, it would have been the combine and then the draft. So when he made his debut in the combine, a lot of coaches looked at him. A lot of those folks who do research on the players and all that. And all the general managers, they looked at him and they're like, he's never gonna survive. They said to him like, hey, you're never gonna survive in the NFL, especially as a quarterback. Like, you got to be kidding me. Just the way his body style was, he's a pretty tall dude, and plus just the way he's built and all that, he would have kept getting knocked down. He wouldn't be able to throw the ball far. So essentially, long story short, they looked at him. They're going to be like, yep, you're basically not going to get drafted, and you have to start coming up with a plan B because you ain't going to the NFL, okay? And so I was interesting. It was 199th round. It was way, way, way deep into the draft, and Bob Kraft and Bill Belichick were like, hey, look, we need a quarterback. At the time they had Drew Bledsoe and they needed a backup, just in case if something happened. And guess what? We're gonna quickly flash forward a little bit. Drew Bledsoe, got injured, got hurt, and that's where Tom Brady started. Okay, so put a pin on that for a second. I'll come back to that. So they looked at each other and they were like, yeah, look, it got to that point so far in the draft where they're like, you know what? Let's get it back up just in case, because Drew Bledsoe, their quarterback at the time, he was getting old, so they needed something. And what better way to get a new quarterback than right out of the draft, right out of college, still somewhat decent. And so they took a chance on Tom Brady. And one of the coolest things about Tom Brady was that he went up to Bob Kraft. Like, hey, and I keep saying Bob Kraft, it's the owner and the CEO, okay? So just so, clear that up, right? So he went up to, Tom Brady went up to Bob Kraft, and he's like, Mr. Kraft, I'm the best, chance how do you phrase it? It was beautiful. It was beautiful the way he said it, too. He was like, I want to get this right, because the way he said it was just absolutely, it was like music, okay? It was a symphony. It was great. It was awesome. So he's like, Mr. Kraft, I'm the best chance you'll ever have at winning something, or something along those lines. Okay, I won't get too hung up on it. And so just the way everything worked out, like for his future, was absolutely incredible. Okay, absolutely incredible. So I think it was 2001, somewhere right around, I think it was 2001, Drew Bledsoe, the quarterback for the Patriots at the time, started off the season, had a somewhat decent year, right? Kept going, and all of a sudden, he got seriously injured. It was pretty bad, really, really bad injury. He had to get taken off the field, and guess what? That was the start of the Brady demise. Okay. He went in there. Brady was doing stuff that probably Bledsoe might have not have been able to do, okay? And his laser focus, his laser passes was intense, okay? And so it obviously shocked everybody, okay? Because obviously everybody was saying like, hey, this guy's not gonna make it. He's only gonna last. If he even lasts, he's going to last a tiny little while, not for a long period of time whatsoever. Well, that was obviously a joke, because he went on to win the Super Bowl that year, okay? Then they went on to win it 2003, 2004. And then here we are, 3 Super Bowl wins later, okay? And it's just nuts, the amount of records that Brady broke. And it's nuts. It's just, I don't even know how, it was just so many, okay? And I can't begin to describe the amount of records that he broke, okay? And, just the fact that one quarterback went to 9 Super Bowls, won 6 of them, okay? It's unheard of. I mean, Ben Roethlisberger couldn't even do that. Ben Roethlisberger, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, obviously all big-name quarterbacks, but none of them did that. Tom Brady did that, okay? It's wild. It's wild. And obviously, to quickly tie in Bill Belichick again, okay, between the two of them, they won 6 Super Bowls, obviously, right? So, which is the most Super Bowls ever won for a head coach and quarterback combo. All right, and so obviously last season was a very, very shocking season for the Patriots, okay? And, the way that, I'm pretty sure the way that Tom Brady's contract was set up was that he had to hit certain checkpoints in order to get, certain bonuses and, more money. You know what I mean? So he had to, throw, a certain amount of yardage or a certain amount of touchdowns or whatever. However they split that up, if you hit certain targets at certain sections of the season, then he was going to get, a bonus, a little bump in his paycheck, right? And basically didn't really hit those, right? And then was the first time in forever that the Patriots had to go play a wild card game. Went to the wild card game. The defense was pretty decent. They were okay. They were average, all right? But the offense, every time they went out onto the field, they couldn't do anything, okay? It looked like they were playing Pee-wee, Little League football. It was terrible, okay? It looks like they were just a rookie team just learning how to play football. They went out there, kept dropping passes, and everybody kept blaming Brady, but he can't, okay? Because Brady, like his wife Giselle said, Brady can't throw and catch the football at the same time, you know what I mean? So he can't do everybody's job. He can only do his, okay? And if his throws are on target, it's up to the receiver to catch the ball. And if the receiver can't catch the ball, then how in the world can we do anything else? We can't. The great thing about football and essentially any other sport is that everybody and everything has to work together. And if they can't work together, then you're not going to succeed. You're just not. It's just the way it works. And so that's what happened. Nobody could do anything. And guess what? Brady ended his Patriots career. Okay, the last throw he ever made as a Patriot was a pick six. Okay, so a pick six is when the quarterback throws it, the defense intercepts the ball. The defense catches the ball, and then runs it into their end zone to score a touchdown and 6 points. So therefore, pick six. Okay, and so that's what happened. The Titans, defense, they caught the ball, ran it in the end zone, game over. And I left that wild card game so upset and so distraught. It was miserable. It was terrible. Okay? Gillette Stadium, everybody in Gillette Stadium was dead silent. And so I sat there for a solid 40 minutes after the game. I sat in my seat. And I looked at the folks around me. I'm like, this can't be real. Am I imagining something right now? Am I dreaming? Or am I having some terrible nightmare right now? It was awful. So bad. And so I also looked at the folks around me. I'm like, look, I hate saying this right now, but Brady's out. Brady's done. Brady's out of here. Because Bill Belichick is the type of coach where, if you're not performing as good as you should be or as good as you were, then sorry, we're gonna get rid of you and open up that roster spot and give it to somebody else who wants the job as much as you do. And, I kind of have a feeling that's, essentially what happened. I know there's been some rumors in the news where, him and the offensive coach, Josh McDaniels, haven't really been getting along that well. And Josh McDaniels didn't really let Tom Brady have a say in the offensive schemes and the offensive plays. And, he didn't, Josh McDaniels didn't let Brady help design some of the plays in order to be successful. And that's probably a reason why, Brady didn't stay. And plus, too, what I can't stand about what's good about the Patriots and what's also terrible about the Patriots is that they aren't really willing to pay money to players, okay? And that's what happened to Brady. Brady kept taking pay decreases. And, in order for other players to stay, and, he was definitely underpaid with the Patriots, especially with 6 Super Bowl wins, 6 Super Bowl wins, 9 Super Bowl appearances, and you're taking pay cuts, like I'd be pretty upset about that too. You know, I'm putting a lot on the line for this team. You know, I'm doing one heck of a lot of work, and you know, I'm getting paid decreases for it. Like that would rub me the wrong way too. You know what I mean? And so between that and between the pay decreases, not being able to have a say, and I'm sure there were like a couple other things, you know, going on within the organization that the organization wouldn't talk about, that essentially led to the decision of Brady, you know, saying, "Hey, I'm gonna get the heck out of here." You know, it's been our 20-year ride. It's been a great ride, but you know what? Let's do something new. Let's, you know, mix things up a little bit. But which, I mean, it was upsetting at first, but you know, you can't really blame the guy. You know what I mean? And but it was one of those things too where I kind of felt like, you know, since Brady helped build up the Patriots to what it is today, I always saw him retiring as a Patriot. You know what I mean? I always envisioned him winning one more Super Bowl with the team, retiring right there on the spot, and then riding off into the sunset, doing who knows what. And he was gonna be like, "Hey, I am a free bird, and I'm gonna fly away." But that didn't happen. So he left. You know, he left the team in classic Brady fashion. Okay, he, you know, went over to Bob Kraft's house over in out towards Boston, and they, you know, sat down for quite a while. Was like, "Mr. Kraft, we need to talk." And they talked, and Brady essentially said, "You know, there's times in life when you need to call it quits. You need to be done with the team and move on. And you know, this is one of those times." And obviously, Bob Kraft said, you know, he tried everything he could to keep Brady to stay, but obviously he didn't try hard enough because, you know, he left. Right. So now, Tommy Boy is down in Tampa Bay, where all the almost retired folks go, and yeah, and he decided to bring Gronk with him. So now, Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski are on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they're buddies again. So, you know, they're chilling down in Florida, getting ready for the football season, or getting lost, you know, whatever they prefer. And, you know, we'll see what happens. But it's definitely interesting to see. But honestly, I don't really think the Patriots lost out on the deal with Rob Gronkowski, because, you know, if this deal with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did not work, and, you know, if Brady decided to stay and all that, Gronk wasn't going to play with the Pats again. That was not happening. Rob Gronkowski got injured so much with the Patriots. Okay, he missed a lot of football because he kept getting hurt over and over and over and over again. Okay, and yeah, when he was on the field with us, he was fantastic. When he played for us, he was great. But he was off the field a lot of times. Okay, so, you know, I don't really think the Patriots lost anything with that. I don't really see Gronk playing that much. Okay, and if he does, you know, I feel like Gronk was going to get injured anyway. So he's one of those guys where everybody in the defense is just running after him like crazy, because I also feel like they know that he's easy to injure, so that's one less weapon on the offense for Brady to throw to, making Brady look even weaker. So it'll be interesting, but I feel like the Patriots got a free draft pick out of that. And so, you know, the Patriots went into the draft, and the draft went pretty well, and everybody expected the Patriots to draft a quarterback, right? That was my expectation, and that was a lot of other people's expectation. But guess what? Rulebook Bill Belichick was like, "Heck no, we don't need no quarterback. We've got two already." I think we all know, and I think we can all agree that Brian Hoyer ain't gonna do squat. You know, so he's staying on his bench in his usual spot like he always does. But this new guy that the Patriots have, his name is Jarrett Stidham, and I think he's going to be a great QB to have, and you know, on the roster. Okay, I think he's gonna keep launching them left and right like it's nothing. Okay, I think they're gonna do great. And I forget the receiver's name, but I'm pretty sure the Patriots just signed a receiver that Stidham used to play with in college. So obviously, they know each other pretty well. They know they know each other's strengths. They know each other's weaknesses. They can work off of each other, okay? And they can share that with the rest of the offensive, players, all the other receivers and tight ends and the offensive line and all that. So they can all work with each other. And then guess what? You know, Stidham, you know, might be their Tom Brady 2.0. We'll see. But I think this, you know, and this plus this kid's young too. You know, he's got quite a few years of football left, and guess what? If he's the Tom Brady 2.0, he's gonna play for like the next 80 years. So I think we're gonna be okay. But we'll see. We'll see. Even if the Patriots have, you know, one of those years where they, you know, win like 5 games and lose the rest of them or something like that, I think they're gonna, you know, it's gonna be okay. You know, if this year is not our year, you know, there's gonna be a lot of good players coming in the draft for next year. So, you know, we'll just pick up some more guys from there, or some, you know, some more players from there. Well, I think we'll be okay. So, Brady will definitely be missed. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. You know, Brady will definitely be missed. A huge portion of the team is gone, but you know what? It's okay, because you know this moment was gonna come soon. Anyway, obviously it's sooner than expected, but this point was, you know, the Brady era was coming to a close, and now that it's come to a close, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt bad, but you know what? You know what I love about the team, what I love about the organization, what I love about Bill Belichick, is he's like, hey, you know, what's in the past is in the past. We're focused on, you know, what's in front of us 1 week at a time, okay? So we'll just keep, you know, finding the good things and the bad things, and we'll keep weeding everybody out, and we'll just focus on what we need to focus on right now, and we'll just power on through it. So that's my little spiel on Tom Brady, Tommy boy. And yeah, so the next video that I'll come out with is the big question was it both Belichick and Brady combined that made the team great, okay? And then another point to make off of that is I was also talking about in that video is that, you know, who will win a Super Bowl first? Will Belichick win a Super Bowl, or will Brady win a Super Bowl first? Okay, so without further ado, I will end the video right there. Okay, so until I see y'all next, stay healthy, stay happy, stay safe, and thank you to our frontline workers. All right, take care, y'all.